Hi, today we're going to talk about the 4 cornerstones of retirement planning. And if you follow these 4 cornerstones, you pretty much got 90% of the bases covered. So number 1 is to make sure you have liquidity. Make sure you have cash on hand. Make sure it's more than a year's worth of your expenses. The reason for this is that in retirement, things happen. It's kind of like popcorn. Something can happen and you're going to need access to cash and the markets are going to be down. And keep in mind, the markets have been down 2 to 3 years in a row in past history, and that's probably not a safe place to access liquidity. Number 2, make sure you manage your liabilities, in terms of debt, as well as giving to children, charities, and all those other pieces in a way that you can manage. And the reason I say this is because individuals 60 and older were the highest demographic to refinance their mortgage. And what you're really doing is just extending that payment into retirement. You really want to have a good handle on your liabilities, making sure that you reduce them as much as possible, because that guaranteed expense is going to be stress on your portfolio. And you don't necessarily want that, or you want to reduce that as much as possible. Number 3, when you look at your expenses, identify what your essential expenses are, and then find safe investments to cover those essential expenses. Usually, we want to look at things that have guaranteed streams of income. So looking at Social Security, pensions, and stuff like that to make sure those essential expenses are never in jeopardy. And then number 4, figure out where you want to spend your money and your time. What I often hear from retirees that are in their 80s and 90s is that they talk about all the cool experiences they've had over their lifetime. And what I often hear from my clients that are in their 60s and 70s, I've done everything. There's nothing else I want to explore or do or travel. I'm happy. And so sometimes I think the hardest thing is that you get into a routine, especially if you have some sort of savings that you've already explored and done those things. So what you need to really focus on is figuring out what is important to you, figuring out experience that you can have that are in line with what is important, and then tracking your cash flow and your budget to make sure that all 3 are in alignment, that you're actually doing what you said you wanted to do. I think these 4 cornerstones cover 90% of retirement planning. It's pretty easy. So again, make sure you have more than enough liquidity, even extra liquidity. I know it sucks, but when you need it, it has a huge impact on your ability to sustain retirement. Number 2, manage your liabilities. I know we talked about loans, but also if you're constantly giving to your children and your children expect that cash flow, when your liquidity dries up, that could be a problem. So just manage your liabilities, your outflow that are, number 3 is figure out your essential expenses, have a safe investment to cover those essential expenses. Number 4, so your discretionary income, the experiences that you want to have, the things that you want to do, make sure they're in line with what's important to you, because you don't want to regret, or you don't want to have buyer's remorse, or you don't want to have this dialogue with yourself that, should I spend money on this? Should I not? You're never going to be as mobile, as healthy as you are today in retirement. And so you want to be able to spend the money that you've saved, your hard-working capital, on things that are important to you. And those are the quick 4. If you need help, reach out to us. That's what we do. And thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. It helps other people find our content. Thank you.